Hello book nerds, welcome to Bookshelf Bunny. I'm Kim and this is a bookshelf reorganization and tour. Hey guys! So I spent some time today going through my books, dusting my shelves, organizing, and deciding what I'm gonna keep and what I'm gonna unhaul. So I thought I'd take you with me. So this is the process of cleaning it up. So now that my books are all pretty and organized and my shelves are all nice and clean, I'm going to show you how I organized them. I'll start with this big guy behind me. All right, let's get started, shall we? So first of all, nerd stuff, meeting various famous people at comic expos. Can't really see him. We got Ron Perlman being creepy and Doug Jones. Then we've got Carrie Fisher. James Marsters, and of course, William Shatner. with my buddy Diamond at a little geek, a little chic, and all my nerdy figurines. So these first few shelves are primarily fantasy. Move, Dino. Some of these I've read, some of these I haven't. Actually, I see this guy here. I'm going to unhaul him. This whole series, excuse me, horsey. Evidence of bunny chewing. And this little bit is my sci-fi section. Now this shelf is classics, nonfiction, mythology. Christmas. Little dudes that my husband and I made together one day. Excuse me, Teddy. Nonfiction. Mythology, craft books. And then down here, more nonfiction. These are mostly my husband's. I've read some of them. This is a lot of biblical study stuff. And some other miscellaneous items. And that's it for my big shelf. This is some more fantasy. In case you're wondering, for my Harry Potter fans out there, I am Hufflepuff. I won't get into the whole ruling controversy, except to say I do not condone her attitude towards trans kids. These are all secondhand books, and these were gifts. I've purchased none of these. Just throwing that out there. Some more fantasy. Got Tyrion hiding up there, some more fantasy. And that's it for this little shelf. I'll take you to my hallway shelf. We'll start on this end. These are technically fantasy, but they won't fit on my shelf. But they are also related to Fangirl, which is just contemporary fiction. So I grouped them together here. And while I was at it, I figured why not put a couple other LGBTQ books here. And then we gradually move into comics and graphic novels with Heartstopper. See what I did there? I love Sandman. My husband has been collecting these Crypt Keepers. This isn't real books. This is decoration books. And then we'll go back this way. We have more miscellaneous comics down here. These are my husband's, these Garfields. These guys are mine. These are just miscellaneous comic books we've collected over the years. Archie's. Graphic novels. This is a bunny who wants to visit us. Soka! And now we're getting into contemporary fiction. These are indie books. Actually, I'm gonna rearrange this a little bit. Don't mind me, but I'll let you peek in here while I'm at it. Some contemporary fiction. This is where Ken Follett lives. Oh my God. More contemporary fiction. Margaret Atwood. Here's where I'm gonna do that quick rearrange. So over here, I have some contemporary fiction, but also of note, some indie authors that I support, all right over here. And that's where the rearrange comes in. So these guys here are all the indie authors that I have purchased or been gifted. And this belongs there because Carol Harrison is an indie author. She has this series, and they belong there. So we're gonna do a switcheroo. Okay, onward. Over here we have lots of shopaholic books. Sophie Kinsella is hilarious. Good old classic that's really hard to get through. And these guys. More evidence of bunny activity. And over here we have some Fear Street, some Christopher Pike, and this series here, which is neither of those, but you may recognize it. It's along the same theme, middle grade horror. And this series, My Babysitter is a Vampire series, I started reading these when I was in elementary school, and I just fell in love with it. And over here, I moved all my writer books over here. I did a rearrange of my office. And all my books on writing and grammar and such live here. And this is where my short story was published. and that's exciting. Okay, up here we've got a Halloween decoration. More Halloween decorations in case you're curious. I'll show you what he does after. This is where Goosebumps lives. I've got almost all of them. Not quite, but very close. And my Reading Rainbow hat. This book's my husband's. Thanks, Pat Contry. Pat Contry is a Nintendo collector. He collects games and he talks about them and he talks about the retro market. And he wrote this book. This was a gift to my husband for Christmas last year. This year he's getting the NES library book, also by Pat Contry. Shh, don't tell, he already knows. Okay, now I'll take you into my office. All right, so we did a little rearranging in this disaster of a room. There's a room that contains all of my nerdy fandoms and things that I love. So I'll briefly show you this corner. To start with, my manga lives here now. With my Dragon Ball One Piece mashup figure, Nami, in a Dragon Ball Z training gi. Death Note, Sailor Moon, and Utakoi, and a couple little dudes. And just for fun, because I'm a nerd, I have a CD of Sailor Moon's TV show, the Deke TV show from childhood. Yeah. Everything else over here is little library stuff. Under this, little library books. From here to the floor on this black shelf is little library books. These two carts are all little library books. And of course my cozy reading nook. And here's where a lot of the book rearranging happened over here. That is wrong, by the way. I have read like a lot more than 33 books. I should really update it. But I switched this whole wall display to my Labyrinth fandom. Except for a little bit at the bottom, which is Buffy the Vampire Slayer. And this bat, which is from the San Diego Zoo from my trip. Little Buffy guys. This little corner down in here is where I keep little library decorations. Okay. In here we have Stephen King. And a monster. Up here, we have some classic horror. And of course, the bookshelf bunny rabbit jar all decked out for Halloween. Now we've got Anne Rice mixed up with some Stephen King. More Stephen King. The critter from my favorite horror movie is hiding more Stephen King. You may return to your post, critter. Here we have some general miscellaneous other horror authors and Stephen King, including my Hendrix collection. Grady Hendrix, you rule. This book is not by Stephen King, but it's about Stephen King. Those live here. Those live here. Nothing's easy. Move that guy so you can see in there after. Here we have more miscellaneous horror, including a Stephen King, Peter Straub mashup. This series at the bottom is great, by the way. This book over here should be moved, actually. It belongs on my mythology shelf. This is gonna be tricky. We got bookmarks, Stephen King, random neck massager, and dice. But if I move those out of the way. And that is it for the books over here. I'll give you a real brief office tour now. Now we have some video game stuff living over here. And here is more GBA games. These are my DS games. And some computer games. My GBA and its case. My DS and its case. This awesome sign that I picked up. I love it. And these bins are craft stuff. This is what the writing area looks like now. All my crazy fandoms. Oswald, got him from Disney this year. Halloween Snoopy. I got Halloween Snoopy from Knott's Berry Farm this year. Hard Rock Guy, got him from Niagara this year. My Bunny Corn collection. It lives here. My Stephen King inspiration lives here. Bunny Bowl o' Randomness. NaNoWriMo. This is a space heater. It's so cozy. This little desk is technically my husband's. He asked for a space in my office. And this is all the space that I had to allot to him. And back to the books. First we got my awesome poster of awesome. Sewing stuff, tote bags of all bookish variety. I have no shelf control. My weekend is booked. Sloth bag. Made sloth bag myself. Move over, guys. You're in Maui. Okay. On the shelf. My Indigo exclusive, which, by the way, is signed. First of all, isn't that amazing? I'm gonna wreck it trying to show you. Okay, that was a process. So, that's what's here. Next shelf down. It's for Riley Sager and Ruth Where I Live. Also my L.J. Smith Night World collection. This trilogy, The Forbidden Game, I love it. I am missing book 2. Here we have other miscellaneous thrillers. Zombie stuff, lots of zombie stuff. And down here is more computer games. Yes. And that's really it for this room. Just a real quick tour of all my books, where they live now, how my room's looking. So that's all I've really got for you guys. Thanks for joining me. This little table's new. I love him. Don't judge my garbage. All right, that's all I've got. I would love to hear from you in the comments. Did you see a favorite book amongst my collection of books? If so, what was it? All right, book nerds, thanks for joining me for this rather long video. As always, happy reading. Okay, bonus clip. I wanted to show you what that doodad did. This is my Halloween decorations.